What's the goddamn button? What's the goddamn button?
Rest in peace to Rob, Reiner, and wife Michelle, tragically slain by no other than their own kid, flesh and blood. If y'all not familiar with his work, you need to come from underneath that rock.
Heard it too overnight, the deaths of Hollywood icon Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle, an apparent homicide, according to the police. Now, Reiner, as we know, was star of All in the Family, is the director of classic films like The Princess Bride and a big crowd favorite, When Harry Met Sally. Reiner and his wife Michelle were found dead inside their home.
This is a tragic story. We're about a block away from the Reiner household. This entire neighborhood this morning has been blocked off. This is the location where late last night the LAPD held a press conference where officials confirmed this is a homicide investigation, though they say at this hour they do not have a suspect in custody.
According to the LAPD, around 3:40 Sunday afternoon, the Los Angeles Fire Department arrived at the home of legendary filmmaker Rob Reiner. Once inside, sources tell CBS News they discovered the body of the 78-year-old along with his 68-year-old wife, Michelle. Investigators have not yet immediately released details on the circumstances surrounding Reiner's and his wife's deaths, but multiple outlets, including the Los Angeles Times, are reporting a family member is being interviewed in connection with the deaths.
Can you confirm that? And is that family member being cooperative?
There are going to be many family members interviewed. I'm not going to confirm whether someone's being interviewed at this time or not.
As word of the tragedy spread, tributes began pouring in. The Lear family, whose late patriarch cast a young Reiner in the iconic CBS sitcom All in the Family, in a statement said Norman would have wanted to remind us that Rob and Michelle spent every breath trying to make this country a better place. And former President Barack Obama wrote, they will be remembered for the values they championed and the countless people they inspired.
And moments ago, a crime scene cleanup team arrived here on scene. The investigation continues. Officials telling us there will be a press conference in the next few hours where, Nate, we hope to learn more.
Just to give y'all an update, they got the son. They got the son. $4 million bond for slitting the throats of his parents. My heart goes out to the family and the friends and everybody who has ever come into contact with them throughout their being on this planet. The sins of the father might not apply in this situation. You can have everything in the world and have nothing. You ever heard that saying before? This is one of them cases. This young man, I don't know you. I don't know how. I don't know when and where things changed for you. But the enemy definitely made his way into that soul and took over. Celebrities with children, you have to be proactive. You cannot have people taking and raising your kids. You cannot be teaching them how to live secular and then expect them to have principles based on spiritual doctrine. You flying them everywhere. You're giving them everything that they want. You enable them. They don't see the world the way that regular people see the world. They don't have the same type of friends that I grew up with. They don't see school the way I see school. They don't see religion the way I see it. They don't see struggle the way I see it. I don't know what the dynamic was in that house. But when you have a young man like that who does what we just seen happen here, you have to wonder what was his upbringing like? Was he loved? Was he ignored? What type of people were he around? What kind of faith system did they have? Because whether you believe it or not, this is demonic. This is absolutely demonic. Yeah, he pulled the trigger, the proverbial trigger. But what influenced this? What brought him to this place? You didn't have the same struggles that we had. You didn't go through the same traumas that a lot of us had. So how did you get to this place? You done for. It's a wrap. Unless there's some weird ass privilege that allows you to skate by and get away with this, you should never see the light of day again. This is sad, man. Very, very unfortunate. But this is exactly why you can't have everybody raising your kids. And even if they did everything right, you can't predict how your child is going to grow up. If they stray, you just hope they return to you. And I can only imagine they did everything in their power to help him until they realized that it was only but so much they could do, and until they couldn't do nothing else. It's just sad all around, man. All around. Damn.
Welcome aboard the flight. This is pilot Pusha talking. We going back to Memphis and coming straight from New Orleans. The estimated time of arrival is about an hour, and I can turn you ghost if you try and play with my power. So when you look up and see the sun flashing, stay in your seat. If the flight attendant say you making trouble, then we got beef. The turbulence might get rocky. You better not spill your food. This is brand new plane to